This is macOS Ken.
Something of an oops for Apple's big week. New Apple Silicon and laptops announced, and a new way to give Apple money. Oh boy. It is Wednesday, the 4th of March, 2026. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from macOS Ken. Brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by NordLayer, toggle-ready network security built for today's business. Get savings on top of savings with offer code macOSken-10-NordLayer at nordlayer.com/macOSken. This show is also supported by people like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/macOSken. Sort of looks like Apple tripped over its own PR-ness on Tuesday. A piece from Engadget says the Cupertino company posted and quickly removed regulatory info on a slew of new laptops, most of which were announced Tuesday. Then there was something called MacBook Neo. Or there will be, probably. Engadget hates that name, saying it sounds like one we'd hear from ASUS or Acer, and that it's just trying a bit too hard to seem cool. Here's the thing, though. They're trying to draw the ASUS and Acer crowd. There's little point in sweating the name this second. While we're all assuming MacBook Neo is the low-cost laptop everyone's expecting Apple to introduce, until it does, we don't really know for sure. I will add one thing, though. Talk over the weekend had everyone, myself included, thinking that the low-cost What's-It would be Apple's big news of the week. Saving it for last seems to indicate that that is Apple's thinking as well. Assuming they announce a low-cost laptop today. We'll wait and see what happens. On now to things Apple announced intentionally on Tuesday, starting with something in the air. The Cupertino company issued a press release introducing MacBook Air powered by the M5 processor. It is faster, of course. According to the company, the new machine with M5 delivers up to 4 times faster performance for AI tasks than the same machine with M4, and up to 9.5 times faster than the MacBook Air with M1. It's rocking the Apple-designed N1 chip for networking. That brings Wi-Fi 7 and Bluetooth 6 to the new machine, delivering improved performance and reliability, according to Apple. It does have a higher starting price, kicking off at $1,099 for the 13-inch model versus the old starting price of $999. That said, it packs twice the starting storage, 512 gigabytes, up from the previous model's 256. It's kind of hard to get too upset about the price increase. It's partly because the storage gets doubled to start, and partly because Apple's rumored to be coming out with a low-cost laptop soon. Not sure you've heard. Engadget was good enough to post a spot the difference chart again, this time comparing the M4 and M5 MacBook Air models, and again, there are not many differences to spot. There is the $100 increase in starting prices. It's $100 higher to get into either the 13-inch or 15-inch model. It's not just starting storage that got bigger. Capacities for the M4 machines ran 256 gigabytes, 512 gigabytes, 1 terabyte, or 2 terabytes. For M5, it's 512 gigabytes, 1 terabyte, 2 terabytes, or 4 terabytes. Also, M5 MacBook Air is powered by M5, while the M4 MacBook Air is not. And that's your differences done. Available in Sky Blue, Midnight, Starlight, and Silver. The M5 MacBook Air goes up for order today, Wednesday, the 4th of March at 6:15 a.m. Pacific, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. It's the quarter past thing that I don't get. But I don't have to. Those will be delivered and turned up on store shelves 1 week from today, Wednesday, the 11th of March. Apple introduced MacBook Pro models powered by M5 Pro and M5 Max processors, so Yeah, they had to put out a press release about the processors as well. According to that, the chips are built using a new Apple-designed Fusion architecture. This innovative design combines two dies into a single system on a chip, which includes a powerful CPU, scalable GPU, media engine, unified memory controller, neural engine, and Thunderbolt 5 capabilities. The release goes on to say that the two processors feature a new 18-core CPU architecture. It includes 6 of the highest performing core design, now called super cores, that are the world's fastest CPU core. Cottage core, mumble core, super core. I can't keep up. To hear Apple tell it, everything Apple introduces is revolutionary, even if it is not. Ars Technica was kind of jumping up and down about the new processors, though. According to that site, the M5 chips are a surprisingly large departure from past generations, both in terms of the CPU architectures they use and in how they're packaged together. The piece goes pretty hardcore. See? Hardcore, that's another one. The piece goes pretty hardcore on the super cores. If that is your jam, you should give that piece a read. Apple did, of course, waste no time slotting the new Pro and Max processors in the MacBook Pro models. According to Apple's press release on those, the world's best Pro laptop raises the bar again with blazing fast CPU and GPU performance, plus up to 2 times faster SSD speeds and 1 terabyte of starting storage. Stuff said to be speedy McSpeedy, with the M5 Pro models delivering AI image generation that's up to 3.7 times faster than M4 Pro MacBook Pro, 3D rendering in Max and Redshift that's up to 1.4 times faster, and gaming performance with ray tracing that's up to 1.6 times faster. Meanwhile, models powered by M5 Max are said to bring AI image generation that's up to 3.8 times faster than MacBook Pro with M4 Max, video effects rendering performance in Blackmagic DaVinci Resolve Studio that's up to 3 times faster, and AI video enhancing performance in Topaz Video that's up to 3.5 times faster. Now, how much would you pay? Well, it's going to be more. A piece from TechCrunch says the base model M5 Pro MacBook Pro starts at $2,199 for the 14-inch model, $2,699 for the 16-inch. That is an increase of $200 for each versus last year's M4 Pro models. Meanwhile, the M5 Max MacBook Pro starts at $3,599 for the 14-inch model and $3,899 for the 16-inch. That is an increase of $400 versus the M4 Max models. TechCrunch ties the higher prices to the memory shortage and increased costs. Again, though, Apple is increasing storage to soften the blow. M5 Pro models now start at 1 terabyte of storage, while M5 Max machines start at 2 terabytes. The new MacBook Pro units come in a range of colors. A very small, pretty much monochromatic range. Space black and silver. I was kidding about the range. Orders start today, I assume at 9:15 in the New York morning. They will ship and be on shelves next Wednesday. Apple did one more bit of hardware business Tuesday. Well, one more press release for 2 pieces of hardware. The Studio Display and Studio Display XDR are said by Apple to meet the needs of everyone, from everyday users to the world's top pros. But really, they're priced for the pros. Studio Display starts at $1,599 according to Apple. Studio Display XDR starts at $3,299. Take note before ordering. They are not as plug-and-play as in the old days. A piece from Apple Insider says neither display works with Intel-based Macs at all, while Studio Display XDR doesn't perform fully with early Apple Silicon. According to the report, Mac models with an M1, M1 Pro, M1 Max, M1 Ultra, M2, or M3 chip will only work at up to 60 Hz. Newer and more powerful Apple Silicon Macs support the higher 120 Hz refresh rate. Running the displays off an iPad gets more restrictive. They won't run off regular iPad nor iPad mini, not a big surprise there. While they will run off a number of iPad Air and iPad Pro models, the Studio Display XDR is restricted to 60 Hz refresh rate on most of them. Only the M5 iPad Pro will support 120 Hz, according to the report. Studio Display and Studio Display XDR are up for order today. They will ship and hit store shelves next Wednesday. More news in a moment, but first a word from today's sponsor, NordLayer, working to secure your network and block threats to your business at nordlayer.com/macOSken. NordLayer is a layer of security that combines VPN, access control, and threat protection in one easy-to-use platform. I'm leaning on the layer thing because it's kind of what it is. A system that works over and with the hardware you already have, whether that's Windows, Mac, Linux, Android, iOS, or combination of all of that. In addition to what they do, NordLayer has partnered with CrowdStrike to bring Falcon endpoint protection to small and mid-sized businesses. That is your business, getting enterprise-grade security that's simple to deploy and manage, starting at just $8 per user per month. That's a great price for smaller teams, though they do have special rates for teams of 100 or more, and they got a special offer for macOS Ken listeners. Get up to 22% off NordLayer yearly plans plus 10% on top with offer code macOSken-10-NordLayer at nordlayer.com/macOSken. Try it risk-free with their 14-day money-back guarantee. NordLayer, toggle-ready network security built for your business. Get savings on top of savings with offer code macOSken-10-NordLayer at nordlayer.com/macOSken. Well, look who decided to join the party. A day after the third developer betas of all of Apple's big operating systems except macOS 26.4, a piece from Apple Insider says developers on Tuesday got the third beta of macOS 26.4. The piece figures Apple may have held the beta back a day to minimize code leaks ahead of yesterday's M5 Pro and Max announcements. Some of the performance improvements listed in Tuesday's press releases included references to gaming. A piece from 9 to 5 Mac says Apple is going where that heat is. The Cupertino company will promote Mac gaming with 3 presentations at next week's Game Developers Conference in San Francisco. Those will include Built for Games, explore Apple hardware and software for game developers, bringing Cyberpunk 2077 to Mac, and maximize your game's potential on the App Store. And finally today, there's a new subscription avenue for Apple TV. Mac Rumors says people who want to can now subscribe to Apple's video streamer through the Roku channel. If you don't have a Roku device, the piece says the eponymous channel is available across all of those devices, providing access to free content as well as premium subscriptions. Kind of like the Apple TV app, Mac Rumors says the Roku channel can be watched on a long list of devices, including smart TVs, streaming players from Amazon, Google, and Roku, the web, on iOS, and on Android devices. Roku has a number of heavy hitters as premium partners already, including AMC+, BritBox, Crunchyroll, HBO Max, Paramount+, Starz, and a whole lot more. For Apple, it's a chance to grab new subscribers where they're already hanging and paying. For Roku, Mac Rumors says the deal will let them offer subscribers access to popular content like Formula One, Major League Soccer, and Major League Baseball. macOS Can, brought to you by me, and sponsored by NordLayer, toggle-ready network security built for your business. Get savings on top of savings with offer code macOScan-10-NordLayer at nordlayer.com/macOScan. This show is also supported by people like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/macOScan. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media, online at backbeatmedia.com. You can find me on Mastodon, macOScan at mastodon.social. You can also send me an email, info@macoscan.com. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Leonard likes this post.